Alright, so you want to learn to program for whatever reason. Maybe game design, app design. Just for some reason, you want to learn to program. And the language you chose was C#. So you've been scouring the internet for tutorials. And you've decided on a random kid you found on the internet. Nice. So you want to start by downloading Visual Studio, which you can get just from the Microsoft, or just from a website. That doesn't matter. So if you just look Visual Studio download, imagine if I could spell. Visual Studio Cookies. Just click on the first link. Make sure you're at Microsoft.com and not some other site. So yeah, just go there. Just find another tutorial, because I don't really want to get into that. After you do that, make sure to load Visual Studio. And you get this window. So you're not going to have any of these, because you're apparently a beginner. I'm also a beginner, but not really. I have a couple projects from working on. And you're going to create a new project. We're using C# in this tutorial. And if you're going to look over here for Console.app.net core, and if you can't find it, just search up console, and that should be one of the first ones. Then double click that, and name your project whatever you want. You want it to be something that you'll remember, in case, like, in a couple years you're going to have, like, hundreds of projects, which probably won't happen, but it might. And if I could spell, I would name mine tutorial. And you can put solution and project in the same directory, but I don't really know what that is. So I'm just going to keep it checked off and click create. And now you're in your first Visual Studio project. So here it's just a pretty simple one. It's just Console.WriteLine hello world. Now you probably have no idea what that means, but you might. I don't know. So you can debug by either going into here and click start debugging. And debugging is just seeing what your program actually does. And here it just says hello world. Or you can hit F5 on your keyboard and it still does the same thing. And so obviously the first thing that we're going to learn is Console.WriteLine. So Console.WriteLine just writes stuff in the console. It's pretty easy actually. So say we wanted Console.WriteLine WriteLine write line. Ignore my horrible spelling. Quotes and end every line with a semicolon. So right now this won't do anything. We've been debugging by hitting F5 because it's just writing empty space. So say we wanted something better. If we were going to make a calculator, which I've made before, I would put calculator and then Console.WriteLine. Semicolon. And now it's going to write calculator at the top with space and then whatever else you're going to have here, actually. And then you'd have whatever else you wanted. So if you could write Console.WriteLine please insert a number. And then quotes, semicolon, or nope, there we go. And then it says, please insert a number. I'm actually going to add some more to this. I don't know what's happening to this thing, but number, colon, space. Now it's going to look like that. And say we wanted, oh no. There we go. The heck? I don't know why it's not doing what I want it to do. Okay, I fixed it. That was weird. Number, colon, quotes, actually, space, quotes, that, semicolon. And it has please insert a number. Now the next thing I'm going to teach is Console.ReadLine. Now right now it won't do anything because we haven't really learned about variables. Variables just store information. So, and there are 4 main types of variables. These are int, which stands for integer. That's a whole number. Bool, which is a true or false statement. Float, which is a decimal number. And string, which can hold text. So, in this situation, it says please insert a number. So then we would write int for integer, and then a name, so whatever we want to call it. Let's call it num1 equal to quotes because we don't want it to reference anything else. I want to say 9. Actually, no. We don't want 9. We want Console.ReadLine. But that's not going to work. Console.ReadLine, also because I spelled it wrong. Console.ReadLine is for a string. So what we're going to have to put is convert dot to int 32. So that makes it take an integer from this. I'll put that into there. And I don't know why my freaking Visual Studio is not doing what I want it to. But in the quotes, we will put console.readLine. Yeah. So then we'll have, just to make sure that's working, Console.WriteLine. We're just going to want it to write num1. And now we don't have it in quotes because we don't want it to write the words num1. We want it to write the variable. So let's debug it by hitting F5. It says calculator, please insert a number. Say we wanted 6. Then write 6. But obviously that's not what a calculator is. So then we're going to have Console.WriteLine. Oh, quotes. Please insert a second number. Oh. I have a bad habit of putting a colon instead of a semicolon. Like I said, I'm new. So, give me some slack. And then, oh, my dog is barking. Alright, sorry about that. My dog is really annoying. So, we want int for a second number. We're going to call this one num2 equals convert dot to int 32. Console.ReadLine. Semicolon. And so what that's going to do is just the same thing as num1, except for this time it's called num2. It's pretty easy. But then it doesn't do anything. So if we debug it by hitting F5, we hit 3, sorry. Now it's still going to write the line. It's still going to write num1, which I don't want to happen anymore. So now it won't do anything. 1 second. 4 and 2 and 3. Sorry, I suck. It just does nothing. So let's add some functionality to it. So if we wanted console.WriteLine, let's write just num1 plus num2. But we don't want anything, we don't want the quotes because that'll just write, oh no, we don't want equal sign either. Because we don't want num1 and num2 just be written out. We want them to actually be added and then written into the console. So we want 4 and 3. 4 plus 3 is 7, and that's right. But it's kind of boring. So we're just going to add the word answer to it. So say we wanted to write Console.WriteLine. Let's get rid of this, actually. Console.WriteLine. We'd want num1 plus num2. Actually, no, we wouldn't. We'd want, in quotes, answer is plus num1 plus num2. Now, it's not going to work because I put 0 there because I am stupid. Let me get this and this. Now, this is going to do something. What it's going to do is not correct because it's just going to write 2 and it's going to write 3 because that's just how it works. It won't, there's a reason, but I'm not really going to get into it. So if we put num1 plus num2 in quotes, or not in quotes, in parentheses, then it's like math. It's just going to do answer plus, but this is not a math plus, this is just adding them both to the equation in this. And then this is math, num1 plus num2. So if we debug, we put our first number 2 and 3, we get 5. And that's it. Now, next video, we're going to get into if statements and just what you can use to make them. So that way we can add what the user wants to change the thing to. So it can be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And then if you really want to add it and be like an overachiever, which is annoying, you can add like squares and stuff, but that's next video. Not right now. If we want to make it just look a little bit cleaner, we can write console.clear. That's going to clear our console. I don't want that, but it's just going to say answer 5. Now, that does look a lot better than what we had before, but I want Console.WriteLine because I want the top to say the calculator, which we could do that by just putting console.title equals calculator, and that'll work. So now if we hit F5 and ignore all of our errors down there, oh, we can't because Visual Studio is actually caring about our code. So if we just kind of copy and paste this, or not paste yet, but delete it for now because I want to run this and show you what will happen. You can see it's called calculator now. So let's paste in the code that we had before. Now this is going to have Console.WriteLine. We want it to put calculator like it did at the beginning, but we want that to be in quotes. Sorry. So calculator, and then we need our semicolon after, and then Console.WriteLine, just so we can have a little bit of space before our answer. Just quotation marks. So now we can see our fully working addition calculator. Calculator, please insert a number 3, 4, the answer is 7. Obviously, I could put like 987 plus 659. I'm assuming that that's the answer because the calculator said so. So yeah, that's all it's going to be for this video, just the basic console commands. Now there are most likely a lot more that I don't know about because I'm a beginner and so are you. Anyway, that's why you watch the tutorial, so I will see you all in the next one.